Everyone in town saw him as a hero in uniform, until two terrified little girls made him reveal what kind of man he truly was. And when their father finally arrived, even the air went still. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The Saturday sun blazed over Fort Hamilton, turning the Marine base's parking lot into a field of heat and tension. 12-year-old twin sisters, Layla and Leah, clutched their sketchbooks as they waited for their mother outside the commissary. They were quiet girls, bookish, polite, the kind who said sir and ma'am, even to strangers. But that day, their innocence met something cruel. Colonel Richard Myers, tall, buzz-cut, and proud of his authority, stopped when he saw them sitting on the bench. "You girls lost," he barked, his voice slicing through the summer air. Layla hesitated. "No, sir, we're waiting for our mom." He squinted. "You're not base kids. You don't belong here." Leia's small hand tightened around her sister's. "Our dad," she began, but he cut her off with a sneer. "Your dad, let me guess. Janitor or driver?" The few soldiers nearby froze. Some looked away. Others watched in silent unease. Layla's voice trembled. "He's a lawyer." Myers laughed, cruel and sharp. "Sure he is, sweetheart. Maybe he defends all the thugs downtown." The words hit harder than a slap. The twins' mother, Karen, came rushing out of the commissary, her face pale. "What's going on here?" she demanded, standing between her daughters and the colonel. Myers smirked. "Control your kids, ma'am. They shouldn't wander where they don't belong." A small crowd had gathered now. The atmosphere thickened. Whispers, murmurs, shifting feet. No one dared challenge him. He was a Marine commander after all. But the twins' eyes brimmed with tears. Their drawings clutched to their chests. Portraits of soldiers, heroes they once admired. Karen's voice cracked. "You're humiliating children." He stepped closer, towering. "Respect goes both ways, ma'am. Maybe teach them that." But something changed when a black sedan rolled up to the curb. The door opened slowly, and out stepped a tall man in a dark gray suit, face calm but eyes like iron. The murmuring stopped. Even Myers straightened, sensing authority he couldn't measure. "Girls," the man said softly. "Get in the car." Layla obeyed, but not before whispering, "Daddy." The colonel blinked. "Wait, this your father?" "Yes," the man said, his voice steady as thunder. "I'm Marcus Bell, United States Attorney General." The silence was deafening. Even the cicadas seemed to stop. Soldiers at the entrance stiffened, saluting instinctively. Myers' face drained of color. "I believe," Marcus continued, stepping forward, "you just profiled two minors on federal property and harassed a civilian mother." Myers stammered. "Sir, I didn't. I thought they were." "You thought wrong," Marcus said coldly. "And that's the problem, isn't it?" He turned to the crowd. "How many of you stood here and said nothing?" No one spoke. Shame hung heavy in the air. The Attorney General looked back at the colonel, his tone measured but lethal. "You wear the flag on your sleeve, Colonel. But today you disrespected what it stands for. You will answer for it." The base commander himself arrived minutes later, summoned by a dozen frantic calls. Within hours, Colonel Myers was relieved of duty pending investigation. His career shattered by arrogance he'd mistaken for authority. That evening, as the twins sat at home, Marcus knelt beside them. "I'm sorry you had to see that," he said quietly. "But never let someone else's ignorance make you doubt your worth. You carry something no uniform can measure." Layla looked up at him. "Are you mad at him, Daddy?" Marcus smiled faintly. "No, sweetheart. I pity him, because men like that fight wars they've already lost. The ones inside their own hearts." Outside, the dusk settled softly over the neighborhood, calm after the storm. And though the world still carried its shadows, the twins had seen what justice looked like when it walked tall and spoke with truth. Because justice doesn't need to shout. It simply arrives, and everything small must step aside. And sometimes the strongest men aren't in uniform. They're the ones who teach their daughters how to hold their heads high. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell me in the comments, what would you have done if you were standing there that day?